Hi, welcome back. This is part 5 of this Talk Tuesday, and it's part 2 of my crime education or crime prevention concepts. So I'm Susan B. Lochocki, running for President of the United States as a write-in, and this is my Matters studio. These are things that matter to me. And yeah, it's Talk Tuesday, so welcome. So crime prevention, yeah, I think we need to start looking more at that, because controlling crime is just treating the symptom, whereas prevention gets to the root and develops everything in a new direction. And I think that's really where we need to be. I think there's a lot of potential in all of us. And, we're not, in general, some of us reaching it because of the environment we're raised in, things that happen in our lifetime to prevent us from achieving our goals and our dreams. And we do all only have this life. And so we should have that right to fulfill our dreams, our life dreams, as we see them, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody. That's my rule. As long as it doesn't hurt anybody, and it's your dream, you should be able to attain it. Yeah. So, and that's what I'm trying to do. Now, I think that if we make it easier for kids to grow up and become young adults and then older adults, and make it easier for families to stay together and to be families, for fathers to be around and for mothers to be around, if we make it easier for everybody with low stress, we would have a lot more happier people, not so much hate going around, and people could fulfill their dreams easier. So it's time to, think about that. So the next phase is the one that's a bit more familiar to you, my viewers, or my U.S. citizens, or my green card holders even, is then you're 20, when you finish my nursing program. And you have your experience, and now you can go into your direction, wherever you want to go. So if you plan on going to university and continuing your education to become a doctor, you've already got some of the basics. So you didn't lose anything by doing this. You gained experience, you gained networks, you gained life experience too, and you learned about the body and nursing. Now you can go off and do your other studies to be a doctor. Or if you want to go into finance, you at least know about your body, you know about people and human nature, and now you can learn about finance and economics and what makes, the world tick in that sort of way. Or if you want to, let's say you don't want to go to university. Let's say that and by the way, university, there will be public universities that are free and private ones where if you choose to pay money, you can. Nobody's going to stop you. But I don't know if it's really going to be necessary. I would like it to be not necessary. My dream is to make our public school system the best, at least get us into the top 10 in the next couple of, we'll say 4 years, and then possibly in 8 years, maybe top number 1. That's my dream. Because through education, the world is your oyster. And right now we have good education for some, but not for all. And since we are in the United States, it's time to think of all, not some. We need to bring everybody to the same education level. United for all. And what else did I want to say about that? It'll come back to me. So let me continue. So you have that option to go to university. Or if you come back and you want to go now into a trade, you can go into a trade school. Sorry, I have some flashing lights going on. I don't know why. Anyway, I'm going to ignore them. You can go into a trade school and learn a trade of some sort. You know, you can become a plumber or electrician or construction worker or whatever you would like to do. I know what it was. Robots. Let's not forget that the advent of, we're about to go into a new type of working world where robots are going to be doing a lot of our hard labor. So, getting into electronics is probably a very good idea because we're going to need people who can work on the robots, who can know how to use them and repair them. So electronic repair is going to be good. We also need, just in general, in the United States itself, we need a lot of repair around here too. A lot of things are crumbling and falling apart, and roads need, fixed, and things need to be kept better. And I noticed in some states it's well maintained, everything, and in other states things are just falling apart. But yeah, you know what? I'm going to pick on New York for a second. And I'm really actually quite upset with what I just witnessed there. So, just about a month ago, Cuomo managed to organize a new way of collecting tolls on major highways in New York State. And he spent a lot of money on mail toys, is what I'm going to call it. They're toys. It's a big apparatus that's meant to track people when you're driving on the highways, and then they'll send you a ticket, the bill to your credit card or to your home, depending on if you've got a credit card on file with the electronic system. So, why? How much money did all of that cost? Really? I'm in shock. It was bad enough having people stand out in the cold and the rain and everything at these toll booths and collecting money anyways, but this is just beyond belief, Cuomo, and I'm calling you out. Because driving around, you took taxpayers' money to spend on that when the roads need paved. I couldn't believe the quality of the roads, Mr. Governor. It's really terrible. I'm extremely disappointed. And you need to get to work and get those roads repaired. Stop wasting New York State taxpayers' money. All you need to do is you need to make a specific sticker, put it on the cars. It's pay one price. You can use all variety of roads, and it's done. To control people, you can set up a little roadblock, and people who don't have a sticker will have to pay double. But that's it. It's pay one price for the year, or if you really must, it's pay one price for the year. You can charge $100 if you want. You can charge $200 if you want. For trucks, maybe they have to pay more. I don't know, but there's no need for this. There's just no need for all this electronic tracking systems that are going to electronically send tolls to you, when I know in New York State the power goes out every year for at least 1 to 2 weeks. Really? So, okay, that's my, sorry, I had to go off on that. And I know we're talking about crime, but yeah, I guess that's, somebody got paid a good amount of money. And unfortunately, New York State drivers are paying for it because their roads are really poor, really poor. I'm sorry for you, New York State people. So let me get back, education. Okay, so yes, as you see, we need people working in construction. So trade school is also good, yes. And then also going directly into work. So maybe you're going into the family business, or maybe whatever apprenticeship you did before you went to the nursing training, maybe that was a job you really enjoyed and you can go back to that. Yeah, or start up your own small business, whatever. Or maybe you want to just stay as a nurse and continue doing what you were doing. Everything's possible. The other thing that I want to say that can really start at 20 is my plan to pay women and fathers, men, or it can also be same-sex couples too. But the idea is to pay you to become a mother. So, if you at 20 decide, what, I met this nice guy and I want to get married and have kids, you can. And the US government's going to pay for it. Because we want happy and healthy citizens. So if that is, after the nursing training program, men and women can go on to this next step. And I will say that, since you don't have the burden of paying for schooling anymore because you're going to have a salary because you want to become a mother or a father, and my plan is to have education free, also at the university level. Yeah, so you can finish the nursing program and then you can go right into the plan of becoming a mother or a father. And it takes two. We're gonna, I'm open to other thoughts, but just not yet. So let's start with just a man or a woman, or two men or two women, or there are rainbow people. So just pair up. One person is declared the mother and one person is declared the father. You will have a civil union that will be counted, and then once you have that civil union, then you can begin to get your pay to be a mother and a father. And with that will come more training. And then you could also continue your education at the time, which goes perfectly with becoming a parent, because with education you can study and go to classes and study, or maybe if the coronavirus is still going on, then you can do your things online. I mean, a lot of schools are now online anyways, so you can do a lot of learning online, and then you can be pregnant and also learn about pregnancy and everything, and then you can also get a home because you'll have your pay and you'll have money to buy a home, and then you can start preparing the nursery and work on getting pregnant. You have to take vitamins before so that you have a nice, happy, and healthy child. And I think it's great. I love being a mother, and I think everyone should have that opportunity. And in a same-sex marriage, that's also okay. Just one person has to be declared the official mother, and one person has to be declared the official father. And then the civil union happens, and then you do everything the same. But instead of, if it's two men, of course, nobody's gonna have a baby. So then either you can organize yourself however you want, or you can adopt. There, of course, you don't have to take vitamins before. But I would say, taking care of yourself is a good idea. But you have to go through the struggle of finding the right child and adopting it. So that's a different route, but it still works. And again, as a stay-home parent, that's a good time to get an education, you know. And then as a father, you also get a pay, and then you can take time and be around to help out and be a father, you know. I want fathers around. I don't think, you know, in my generation, my father was working a lot, and I know a lot of other people hardly knew their fathers. And in the generations between, I know you guys are all working 2 and 3 jobs, and this is just, it's not how it should be. Parents need to be around. They need to love their children. They need to enjoy them while they're young. So this is part of my crime prevention, is to make it easier to be parents, to get an education, to go into the work world, to go into life as an adult, and to enjoy the country, because we have a big, beautiful country, and we're not seeing it like we could and should. I mean, you know, there's lots of places here, lots of US to enjoy. So yeah, so that's when a government treats its citizens like human beings, then the human being feels appreciated and wants to give back also. So, you know, there will be reciprocal moments and other things that will come up, you know, in my plan later. But this is just the beginning of creating a crime prevention world. Because, yeah, parents will do anything for their children. And in our current society, a lot of parents don't have money, and so then they turn to crime sometimes, which is what we want to avoid. And then also for current mothers and fathers, I want to send you through an education program and start paying you as well. So I need everybody to pair up anyways, who are already parents, and then we'll figure out how that's going to work. But there will be mother and father pay for you too, and fathers will get a day off, so that the work week is only maybe 4 days a week or even 3 days a week. We'll have to see how that all goes. So I see the time is getting late. So that's paying parents, paying mothers for sure. Yeah, we need it. Because mothering is not a hobby, fathering is not a hobby. But in our current environment, that's how we're treating it. So that's one of the main ways I think we can prevent crime, is by giving mothers and fathers pay so that they can do their job. It'll help them, and it'll help the future children that they're raising. It's the best crime prevention out there. Okay, I'm going to stop here. And then the next one is riots and what's gone on in Oregon. Okay, so talk to you then.